Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today, we'll be taking a look at this Samsung electric freestanding range. We will show you how to remove and replace your right front burner switch. To begin this repair, we must first access the back of the unit. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. The tools you will need to complete this repair is a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, a tack puller, and a voltmeter. Now that we have gained access to the back unit, we'll have to remove this top console panel. To do so, there are 5 screws going around the perimeter. You'll have to remove these and set them aside. Next, pull forward, lift up, and remove. Now with the cover removed, we have clear access to our right front burner switch. The main reasons why you'll be replacing your burner switch is if maybe the element is not getting hot enough, or maybe it stays on continuously even whenever you have the infinite switch off. These are both common symptoms for a faulty burner switch. The first thing I would do is use a camera, take a picture of where the wiring goes on your burner switch. Next, you want to remove the front knob. There are 2 Phillips screws that are holding your burner switch in place. Move the screws and set them aside. Next, pull out on your burner switch. Start removing the Molexes gently so that you do not damage any of the wiring. These came off smooth. Now, most of the time whenever you're removing these Molex connectors to the burner switch, you'll have to push underneath them and pry up right from the terminal. They do tend to be locked on there. Now with your burner switch removed, the first thing I would do is go around the perimeter of it and check to see if there's any burn marks. Look at your terminals, make sure they all look okay. These things tend to short out inside, but this actually looks okay. Now pay attention to where on your infinite switch you should have an L1 and an L2 line, all right? The corresponding wires to this is your black and red on this infinite switch. So the first thing I would do is check to make sure you have a good 240 volts going to your infinite switch. Be very careful since these wires will be live and you don't want to touch any portion of the terminal. As long as that's okay, set your infinite switch aside so we can go ahead and test it. When testing your surface switch, the first thing I would do is put your knob on there. Now, this is in an off position, so in order to get continuity through the correct places, we have to put it to one of the 3 on positions that this unit has. It is a triple element, so it's a tad bit different. So first, we'll go to the single element portion. Turn it over to the side there, where it would correspond with the diagram on the front of the control panel. Use your meter, put on ohms. I'm going to have mine on audible tone, so you should hear a noise when we do have continuity. So, to start, let's test between these 2. This is your P2 and H1 connections here. This is showing us that it's going to be sending voltage to the portion of the element that's just going to light up for a single element. Now what I want you to do is turn your switch off, and now from the same connectors we should have no noise. No noise, so that portion of the switch is working correctly. Next, we'll test out the different options that it has. So for the double element portion and the triple element portion, first we'll do the double element portion. It's showing that you need to go down to the bottom. Now what you want to do is test between the P and the H1 connectors. We have continuity there, so that's working okay. Now next, we'll put on the triple portion. Just go all the way around, put onto the triple. Now, when we do this, we should have continuity through the H1 and the 4B connector here. And we do, so that portion is okay too. But you'll notice that whenever I go between the dual element portion, that has continuity as well because it turns on all 3 rings at the same time. So this is actually checking out okay. We'll go ahead and show you how to reinstall it. When installing your element switch, first you'll want to guide it and make sure that it is in the off position so that the notch is actually going up whenever you put it in. Line up the screw holes on the other side. Use your hand to get them started. It's very easy to strip these out. Now use your screwdriver to tighten it up. It should draw the switch in. Give your switch a little wiggle on the back, make sure it's not loose, and replace your knob. Next, refer back to your picture and reconnect the Molex connectors on the back. Make sure none of the wires are loose or broken. Now we can reinstall our cover plate. When reinstalling your back console panel, there is a notch that's on the left-hand side that'll fit into this groove. You'll have to line that up, as well as the bottom portion of the plate will slide behind the bottom panel portion. So meet up and slide that in on the bottom. Meet up with the groove on the left-hand side and slide down to get it in place. Next, go around the perimeter and replace your Phillips screws. And this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.